Many of the games that I go back to are games that I have loved greatly for a long time. All of them simply can't compare to the next game, a game that compared to the others is basically new, but has a greater effect on my thoughts about video games than any other. This game is by far one of the best games I have had a chance to experience. It's a game that you can only truly experience once. Today we will be playing Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is hard for me to talk about. After playing it, this game changed how I feel about all other video games. It's truly an amazing experience to play, and I'm so happy to be revisiting it for this video. It is also by far the newest game we have covered up to this point, having first played it back in 2020. As of now, we need 19 of the 31 achievements. We haven't even completed half of them. This is mostly because the DLC Echoes of the Eye, which added 14 new challenges for us. I have played the DLC before, but it was way after playing the base game. We just haven't had as much time with it. So in total we'll be grabbing 12 DLC achievements and 7 from the base game. We will just go ahead and get right into it. For our first achievement we'll be going for Hot Shot, which requires us to manually fly to the sun station. This was something I tried to do when first playing the game, but was never able to. The issue comes from when you are this close to the sun, gravity acts very strangely. We are also going fairly quick around the sun, which can make it very difficult to even get out of our ship. If we do, we are immediately thrown around the moment we try to escape. Another issue is that the sun has a tendency to just pull you down to your death the moment we are able to get out of our ship. Eventually though, we are able to successfully get onto the sun station, unlocking Hot Shot for a pretty sweet 90 gamer score. Deep Impact is another one that I had tried just for the fun of it, but was never able to get. To unlock it, you have to enter the Giant's Deep Ocean fast enough to break through the current. Fun fact, you can just smash into Giant's Deep going pretty much as fast as you want without worry. No need to use autopilot for this planet. Anyways, to get this achievement, we simply back away from Giant's Deep. We make it over 132 kilometers away before we start moving towards it again. Traveling at around 3,500 meters per second, that's just over 7,800 miles per hour, before smashing into the surface. And it's just not fast enough. Alright, take two. This time we travel 211 kilometers away before we start charging towards Giant Deep once again. This time we make it to a staggering 4,600 meters per second, which is just over 10,000 miles per hour. Smashing into Giant's Deep once again. Still not fast enough though. Alright, enough games. We make it nearly 600 kilometers away before we start accelerating towards Giant Deep, reaching a max speed of around 7,700 meters per second, or 17,000 miles per hour, which is 10 times faster than a bullet, and finally fast enough to break through Giant Deep's current, unlocking Deep Impact for 55 gamer score. It Belongs in a Museum requires us to bring an artifact to the museum. Playing as Indy, we head off to collect an artifact from Dark Bramble. In Dark Bramble, at the shuttle we can find a broken advanced warp core. But I die, restarting the loop. Well, let's go for something easier. The advanced warp core within the Ash Twin. We land and wait around until the portal is unburied before we are warped away to the center of the planet. We quickly turn off gravity and open the shell, grabbing the advanced warp core before heading out the way we came. And accidentally autopiloting into the sun, killing us and ending the loop for good. Oops. Alright, one more time. Fly to the Ash Twin, wait for sand, get warped, grab core, and head back to Timberhearth, unlocking It Belongs in a Museum for 55 gamer score. On to the next one. Mika's Wrath is a very easy one, only needing us to destroy the model rocket by flying it into the sun or Hollow's lantern. We just wait for a good sunrise and fly to the sun. You'll know you have done it once the camera pulls back and the controls go back to normal. Once reaching the sun, we unlock Mika's Wrath for another 90 gamer score. Another high value one for us. Die Hard can be a bit boring to get. It requires us to end a loop alive after taken and healed over 1,000 damage. To do this, we just keep hurting ourselves in the campfire and healing it with marshmallows. Eventually we get bored and start using the healing kit in our ship just to be doing something a little differently. I'm pretty sure we overdo it a lot here, but I didn't want to risk it. Once the sun goes supernova, we unlock a Die Hard for 36 gamer score. Weird amount, but okay. Our next achievement will see us visiting the Stranger from Echoes of the Eye DLC, Celsius 232.78, which is a reference to the book Fahrenheit 451. All we need to do is burn one of the Alk's slide rings in a fire. We can quickly find a ring, then head to one of the 3 simulation rooms, and once we toss it into the fire, we unlock Celsius 232.78 for 55 gamer score. They really like their 55 points, don't they? The Great Filter is another really easy one that is found at the Stranger, which requires us to swim through the dam grate. This is also a reference to one of the answers to the Fermi paradox. Anyways, we make our way around the Stranger to the dam. Here we just swim through the grate, unlocking the Great Filter for another 35 gamer score. A nice easy one. Flat Earther is our next easy achievement in the Stranger. All we have to do is stand our ground beneath a moving chain elevator. Thankfully, one of these elevators can easily be found in the hangar where we first enter the Stranger. Just go to the left side and behind this wall, you will find a switch and can watch the elevator come down on us. Unlocking Flat Earther for another 35 gamer score, another very easy one. Sleep, Wake, Repeat is a pretty interesting achievement. This one requires us to be woken up from a dream 5 different ways in a single loop. So this is in reference to the simulation in the Stranger. Initially I thought this one would be much more straightforward, but there is actually an issue here. So to be woken up 5 times, we opt to die from fall damage, drown, be woken up by the bell, to burn to death, and to finally be woken up by an Alk. To do this, we headed to the tower location to get this done. Weirdly though, I just couldn't find an Alk here. I distinctly remember there being one once you start heading towards the bell, but for whatever reason it wasn't here. So instead, we head to the 3rd simulation location in the gorge. Here we can drown, break our legs, burn to death, and eventually be caught by an Alk. We did have to be woken up by the bell in the tower location though. Finally unlocking Sleep, Wake, Repeat, a reference to the original name of Edge of Tomorrow, for 55 gamer score. For the next one, Simulation Hypothesis, we just have to use the simulation artifact at a normal campfire away from the Stranger. We head to the Stranger, grab our artifact, and head back to Timp Hearth. An easy one, unlocking Simulation Hypothesis for 35 gamer score. On to the next one. Fire arrows requires us to shoot the little scout at the artificial sun in the stranger. This is another pretty easy one, so we zip off to the stranger, and to make it a bit easier, we make our way onto the top of the dam. With some adjustments to our shop, compensating for this place's weird gravity, we're able to land our scout onto the artificial sun. We actually nail the shot our second try, unlocking fire arrows for an amazing 110 gamer score. A nice reward, I think. Tubular is an absolute ball ache. This achievement can be extremely difficult. In order to unlock it, you have to ride the face of the wave for at least 15 seconds on a raft. The wave, of course, that's caused by the dam breaking on the stranger. Time after time after time, I just could not get this one. I tried a handful of locations, but got the closest when doing it at the very start of the river. Eventually, we are able to stay on board, using our jetpack to force ourselves down onto the raft, finally unlocking Tubular for another 90 gamer score. Around the world in 90 seconds requires us to, well, raft around the stranger in under 90 seconds. We actually used the momentum from Tubular to give ourselves a bit of a head start on this one. I actually thought this one didn't work, but after making it about 1.5 times around, we got the achievement to pop, unlocking Around the World in 90 seconds for a fitting 90 gamer score. Ghost in the Machine can be another difficult one if you don't know what you are doing. Thankfully, I knew this going in and just followed a route from Logistics Nightmare on YouTube. I'll be sure to link it below. What we have to do though is to reach all 3 forbidden archives in a single loop without getting caught. These archives are basically the final goal of the DLC and takes a lot of knowledge to get them, all in a single run. Anyways, we follow the guide and get 1, 2, and 3, unlocking us Ghost in the Machine for a fantastic 110 gamer score. The Silenced Cartographer, which is a great reference to Halo, requires us to find and render the deep space satellite inoperable. To find it, you can use the signal scope set to deep space radio. And all you have to do is crash into the satellite. I only really nudged it at first, which does break the map, but doesn't actually trigger the achievement. To get the achievement, you actually have to break the satellite. So make sure you build up some speed for this one. Once we do actually break it though, we unlock the Silenced Cartographer for 35 gamer score. Our next one of 900, is a reference to Breath of the Wild. To unlock this one, you actually have to find a hidden Easter egg in the simulation on the stranger. This one gave me such a hard time. There is an elk that you have to get past in order to get onto the roof, and I just could not see them. My monitor was truly not able to pick up even a hint of light, even at the highest gamma setting. I just kept getting caught over and over. The one time I did make it though, I immediately fell off the roof and had to do it all over again. After a handful of deaths, we do make it up there and find ourselves a nice little guy unlocking 1 of 900 for 55 gamer score. You'll Never Catch Me Alive finds us in the simulation once again. This one is pretty easy and we are able to get it our first try. We just need to get an elk to chase us and then jump to our death, waking us up from the simulation. We do this in the same area that we got 1 of 900. Just make your way across the bridge after spawning in the elks, head down and across the small garden area to make your way up to the restaurant. Get the elk to chase you using your lantern, and once it gets close, make the jump into the water below. This will unlock You'll Never Catch Me Alive for 55 gamer score, leaving us with only 2 more achievements to get. Archaeologist will be our longest achievement to get. Thankfully for you, you don't actually have to watch me get it. This achievement requires us to complete the ship log. Unfortunately, this is a relatively new save and I only played the DLC on it. This means that we have to fly across the solar system and basically replay the entire game and collect every log once again. This took a very long time, but eventually we did find every single log, unlocking Archaeologist for 55 gamer score. This leaves us only a single achievement, Beginner's Luck. And for a little treat, let's watch me do it live. Alrighty. So this is for the last achievement to get in the Outer Wilds, which is to complete the game, or get to the eye at least, in one loop without dying. So we actually have to start a new expedition and go from there. So we'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, and this will be pretty easy since we actually know exactly where we need to go and when to do that. The only thing that we do have to worry about is making sure that we have enough time. And we don't need to collect the Outer Wilds coordinates, but I want to make sure that they're up on my phone just so that we don't have to be scrounging around for them. And the first thing we are going to do is actually go ahead and grab our coordinates. Alright. And once we activate the statue, our 22-minute timer will actually start, but we don't really need to worry about that, because we'll be done much quicker than the 22 minutes. Yeah. Should have the Ash Twin have our warp pad revealed for us. Feedback. Grab our stuff. We are all set. Go to the Ember Twins. Okay, we do need to keep our ship intact, so we do have to actually, you know, not just chuck it on the pathway. And beautiful. Let's go turn off gravity so we don't have to worry about the spinning. I want one of these. I should make one of these to put on my wall. That'd be so cool. Okay, no gravity, and oh, and we'll open her up. Look at that. Pretty. Alright, let's grab the core, and then we'll head to Brittle Hollow. No, not Brittle Hollow, the other one. One whose name I almost forget for some reason. Dark Bramble. Alright. Oh, please. Oh, shit. I have not had that much bad luck in a while. Hopefully we don't need fuel though. 2.3 kilometers is not a terrible distance to go. But yeah, so as you can see, it's a little bit more difficult to get your ship past these guys. And I don't want to deal with that. So we're not going to. Equip Nomai. I'm gonna jack your ship for a little bit. Just enough fuel. Okay, let's get this coordinates in. Alright, let's see here. Oops. Okay, that's one. This will be lucky number 2. And number 3. Alright, we are all set. So all we gotta do is lift this and we should be good. And I'm pretty sure that's the achievement.